Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Blame It on the Stars, where we give you an inside look to what's going on in the universe so you can blame your problems on the stars. It is Jade here.
And it's Kara.
And this week we have the new moon in Gemini as well as Mars entering Taurus. But in case you missed it, last week we talked all about Mercury entering Gemini and how it affects you.
And just to give you a heads up, next week we will tell you everything you need to know about Venus and Mercury entering the sign of Cancer. We're going to talk about these transits a week early since they happen the same week that Cancer season begins.
And with that being said, let's dive into the episode. So the new moon in Gemini happens on June 6th at 8:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Per usual, the date and time are from the website astroseek.com. What you need to know. New moons are all about new beginnings and fresh starts. So during the new moon in Gemini, there is a sense of mental clarity where you're able to make important decisions and set intentions for the future. Since Gemini is all about how we think about things, it's a time to get clear on your goals and to take a step forward towards manifesting your dreams.
How this affects you. At the time of the new moon, you will be setting your goals and intentions around Gemini themes. You might feel more drawn to embrace change, try new things, and explore your interests. It also is a good time to connect with other people and share new ideas. Overall, this is a good time to be open-minded and flexible as you are working towards your goals.
So, why this matters? Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of communication and our intellect. During the new moon in Gemini, there's a greater focus on communication, learning, and intellectual pursuits. If you've been having a hard time with communicating effectively, this is a time to set intentions around improving your communication skills, as well as start new projects related to things like writing, studying, teaching, or anything that can stimulate your mind.
Something you might not know is that Gemini is represented by the twins, which symbolizes duality and integrating opposite energies. So during this new moon, you might start to embrace or reconcile the different aspects of your life that might be unconventional or clashing. This makes it a good time to find balance between these different parts of yourself or parts of your life and integrate new perspectives in order to create harmony.
Per usual, certain signs will be affected more than others by this new moon. Those signs are going to be Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces, and that is referring to personal placements only, so Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, and or Mars. There are some aspects to this new moon that make this just a little bit more interesting. The first is that the new moon is exactly conjunct Venus. This is at 0 degrees, so exact. This alignment emphasizes those Venus themes of relationships, harmony, and finances. So this new moon conjunct Venus can make for a great time for socializing or doing any activities that can bring a sense of joy or fulfillment. But with that being said, there can be more of a focus on cultivating more harmony in your relationships as we're combining those Gemini themes of communication skills with Venus being all about how we relate to others, as well as maybe setting intentions around finding more enjoyment in life.
This new moon will also be square Saturn, which is going to bring a sense of challenge to the energy of the new moon. As you are setting goals and beginning to work towards them, you might notice that there are some obstacles in your way or additional responsibilities that you were not initially aware of. Even though this can make it feel like things are taking longer to progress, it will encourage you to be more disciplined and to be practical as you are working towards your goals. This is a good time to be patient and persevere. Because Saturn is more focused on the long term, the actions that you take now and the intentions that you set will help you build a solid foundation for the future.
So the next thing that happens in the astrology is Mars entering Taurus. This happens on June 9th at 12:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that could be June 8th, depending where you live. What you need to know. Taurus is an earth sign that is known for being stable and practical. So when Mars, the planet of our drive, action, and energy, enters Taurus, the overall energy becomes a little bit more grounded and focused on practical matters. You might feel a really strong desire to just take concrete steps towards your goals, work at a steady, even pace, and be more patient when it comes to achieving those goals that you're setting for yourself.
How this affects you: with Mars and Taurus, you might find that you're more determined and persistent as you're working towards your goals. Taurus is associated with perseverance and endurance, so you will definitely have the stamina and resilience to overcome any obstacles that come your way and to follow through on the goals that you set for yourself.
Why this matters. Taurus, as we mentioned, is a very practical and also reliable sign. So with Mars in Taurus, you're much more likely to be more methodical or strategic when you're approaching any tasks that you need to get done. You'll be more focused on realistic, practical, tangible results and might, as a result, tend to prioritize tasks that have a more clear and practical purpose.
Something you might not know is that Mars is in detriment in Taurus. This means that its energy is not able to express itself fully while it's in that sign. Mars is more focused on taking initiative and being independent, while Taurus is more about stability and patience. So while Mars is in Taurus, it can feel frustrating at times because the Mars energy really wants to get things done. And Taurus is asking us to take things a little bit more slowly.
If you're wondering how long this transit lasts, Mars will enter Gemini on July 20th at 4:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you have between June 9th / June 8th, depending where you are in the world, up until July 20th to experience Mars in Taurus.
And per usual, certain signs are affected more than others. The signs that are most affected by Mars and Taurus are Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius placements. By placements, we mean Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, or Mars placements only.
Now, there are some key dates you're going to want to pay attention to. These are the aspects that Mars will make while it's in Taurus. The first is June 11th. Mars will square Pluto. This aspect is pretty challenging as it can bring some intensity to your life. You might experience challenges or conflicts that require you to assert yourself or confront certain power imbalances. It's going to be important to avoid power struggles if possible and use this energy to constructively transform and overcome any obstacles you might be facing.
And then on July 5th, Mars will be sextile Saturn. This aspect will bring you a sense of discipline and practicality in your life. You might find it easier to focus more on long-term goals and to make steady progress towards them as well. This makes it a good time for structured activities and taking responsibility for your actions.
And then on July 15th, Mars will conjunct Uranus. This can honestly bring sudden changes, surprises, and a sense of restlessness. But at the same time, there's a really strong desire to be independent. It's going to be really important that you channel this energy carefully and avoid being reckless or taking any unnecessary risks. Since Mars is also breakages and Uranus is the unexpected. You just want to be extra careful to avoid any type of accidents or mishaps, such as dropping an important glass item and it breaks, just little moments like that. But the plus side is this is definitely a great day to be innovative and to pursue any new opportunities with a sense of courage and determination.
And finally, on July 20th, Mars will be sextile Neptune. This aspect is going to enhance your creativity, intuition, and compassion. You might feel more inspired to pursue your dreams with a strong sense of purpose. This is a good time to be creative, engage in any spiritual practices, and spread kindness with others. Remember to trust your intuition on this day and to follow your inner guidance.
And that is it for this week's episode. Just again, a reminder, next week we'll be talking about Venus and Mercury entering Cancer. So make sure that wherever you are listening to the podcast, you are subscribed and have the notifications turned on so you don't miss when we post next week. That is all for now, and we'll see you all next Monday. Bye.